What led you to the world of herbalism?
I'm a 10th generation herbalist, so my family. It's all in my family.
Your
My
family?
grandmother's the one who taught me, and so on and so on. So I'm 48, about to be 49 this year. I started really learning about 3 or 4. So it's been about 46, 45 years that I've been dealing
Wow.
with herbs. So
Wow.
this is what I do. Herbs and Ifa.
How long have you been practicing and what keeps you passionate about it?
Like I said, I've been dealing with herbs since I was 4, and I'm about to be 49. So that's about 45 years or so. But physically practicing since teenage years, really, because people always come to me for herbs and for formulas, for consultations, for all kinds of different things. So, but I'm also a Babalao ala Bigba. So I also have spiritual clients that I deal with in the same way. So I deal with them, come to me for Ifa divinations or other spiritual work, or I deal with people with just literally just wanting to have a better understanding of what's going on about what their life is or whatever.
That's actually very great and very interesting that that's in your blood and that's something that you grew up doing and something that you've attained
Right.
and that you're actually giving back to the community, especially
Mm-hmm.
here in East Oakland, where we need more people who
Right.
have the knowledge of herbal medicine.
Afro Urban Apothecary is the name of the business.
Okay, so y'all gotta make sure you check him out. Can you say that again?
Afro Urban Apothecary. So it's AFRO Herb HERBN
Uh-huh.
Apothecary.
Yep. So we got to
Mm.
support our local herbalists. And um, how do you see herbal medicine benefiting our community?
This herbs are not just strictly something that you put in your mouth or you put on your skin or that you breathe in. It could just be how you treat each other, how you connect with other people. That's also a form of herbalism or like helping people.
Hmm.
When you help yourself and you help others, those are herbs, right?
I
So
totally agree. Yeah.
it's more than just because you can pop a pill all day long.
Yeah.
You can go get 50 million supplements,
Yeah.
and that may not help you, right? But it may just be how you conduct yourself in front of people or how you
Hmm.
deal with people on a daily
Yeah.
basis, right? How are you dealing with yourself? Because if you're angry, then you're gonna have problems with your liver.
Yeah.
If you got issues or you got stress or anything else like sadness or depression, you're gonna have problems with your spleen or
Yeah.
your kidneys or your liver, right? So all of those things are correlated regardless. So how does
I
it help?
totally agree with you.
Yeah.
For everyone out there, could you tell us some local herbs or plants that people overlook but have great benefits?
This plant right here. This is that it? Is that it? Nope. Trying to see if I find that herb. So it's an herb called Ewe Falaje. So Ewe Falaje. That's the thing that when I do take people around the neighborhood or looking for herbs up in the hills or whatever, there's so many herbs that surround this consistently. So there's Ewe Falaje. There was common mallow. We just talking about things that you find on the street or up in the hills or anywhere, right? Or cleavers, wild cleavers. All these things are easily attainable. Bay leaf. I mean, there's so many herbs that are just growing wild everywhere, everywhere. So, not elecampane, but and what we call it LAIJ, but LAIJ is also purslane. All these things again are things that grow everywhere.
That's really cool that you can even see a plant off of the street and say this herb has benefits.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That's a beautiful thing because
Because that's the difference between an herbalist and somebody that looks in a book and just kind of randomly takes a herb
mhm.
out and say, "Oh, I know this herb. This is such and such. This is astragalus because it's astragalus that helps with the immune system, but it's not astragalus that helps with the immune system unless you prepare it correctly,
Mm.
right?"
Right.
And so, same thing with any other herb. You can have an herb, but that herb doesn't necessarily mean it's for that particular purpose if you haven't processed it through that way.
Mhm. Yep. Could you tell us what are some of your go-to herbs for stress, anxiety, and overall well-being?
We just talked about purslane. Purslane, um, think about purslane, you think about eucalyptus. I'm still thinking about things that you
Mhm.
can find easily, like anywhere, right? Because purslane has omega 3s in it. Because it has omega 3s, right? And all the antioxidants that go along
Mhm.
with it, that deals with healthy brain function. That
Mhm.
deals with if you have a child in your womb, right? That helps with help the brain development of that child in the womb. So that's just purslane by itself. Right? So it's a bitter.
Mhm.
So it helps with what? The kidneys. Anything bitter helps with the kidneys.
Uh-huh.
So if it's helping with the kidneys, that means it's helping with the brain. I mean the bones, muscles, and tendons,
Mhm.
right? Nervous
Right.
system. That's just purslane.
That is so I love the information that you're giving us in the community. I feel like herbal medicine is such an important thing for us as a community to have and for us to actually learn more and
Mm-hmm.
for you to be like a leader in our community teaching these things and providing these services, especially in a world that healthcare isn't accessible to all, is very impactful.
Just food wise, right?
Yeah.
Because you think about mallow, common mallow. If you use common mallow, no, no, you're good. If you use common mallow, it's better than spinach because spinach has all this oxalic acid.
Mhm.
So, but mallow has less oxalic acid and has
Mhm.
all the same nutrients, just like spinach, just like anything else that you can eat. The roots you can use for respiratory systems,
Mhm.
anything like that, issues like that, right? But then that's food. Everything I just mentioned is food
Right.
that you can pick up, cook into in a stew.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So anything that was like, oh, I can't eat. I don't know, I'm starving, or the grocery stores are locked down.
Right.
How much meat is up in the hills with the
Right.
wild turkeys and
Right. Right.
you got all kind of stuff. Whatever.
Hey, Leon.
Right.
Okay. So, how can people learn more about herbalism and start incorporating it into their lives? That could also tie in with a question of where can people find you?
But they find me, well, my number, my website is down. So you can always either email me at afrourbanapothecary, AFROHERBNAPOTHECARY @gmail.com. Or I don't mind giving my number because my number that's my business number. So 510-239-8794. That's always a way to get in contact with me. Instagram, Afro Urban Apothecary Shop, TikTok, uh, Babalao Alabigba.
I love that. So, for our final thoughts, if you could give the community one piece of herbal wisdom, what would it be?
Mm. So, going into what you was asking before, how can you learn herbs? Pick 5 herbs. Dandelion root or dandelion, which is like 3 or 4 herbs in one. Learn all you can about dandelion, how to prepare it. Not just how, Western herbalism talks about it, but maybe how in Unani, a different herbal system, how they deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Or how, other people deal and prepare and process that same herb.
Mm-hmm.
Just dandelion root alone. The root is for the liver. The leaves are for like the kidneys and everything else. Then you think about the sap. Then you think about the flower. So if you just took dandelion, basil, thyme, cardamom, these are common spices, and like mallow or any other herbs, right? So if you just took 5 herbs and learned all you can about those herbs, how you process it and what it's used for and what's good for and how do you incorporate it in your daily life? Can you eat it on a daily level? Is it something that I can incorporate inside my foods? Can I use it in any other context?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's many different ways to use any herb, but can I eat it?
Right, exactly.
Because your food is your medicine. How you prepare it, how you deal with it, your mentality, how you're angry or not angry when you're preparing the food. I don't want somebody's food if they're hollering and screaming and angry.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
good. That's
Right,
bad medicine.
right, exactly. Yes. And it was really great talking to you because I feel like in our community, it's like, especially here in East Oakland, it's a food desert.
Yeah.
And it's so many corner stores and liquor stores, but
Mm-hmm.
there's not as many grocery stores,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or even
Right.
farmers markets
Right.
for people here in our community to attend and go to.
Right.
And
Right.
like you said, food is energy. Food is how we're able to even access our inner parts of ourselves and our
Mm-hmm.
well-being and our health. And
Yep.
the food that's being provided to us isn't necessarily good for us at
Mm-hmm.
all. And it's great to have you in our community as a
Mm-hmm.
pillar so that you can actually educate us on the right foods, the correct foods, and the herbs to help even heal our bodies from what food we've been putting in our
Mm-hmm.
bodies. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really been great talking to you. Thank you for being a part of Eastside
No,
Echoes.
it's all good.
And if you could just say your business one more time.
Afro Urban Apothecary.
All right, so you guys make sure you go check him
You
out
can Google it
and
and it'll pop up.
just Google it. Like he said, Google it, check it out, and make sure you support your local herbalist. Thank you so much for being a part of Eastside
No
Echoes.
problem.
Eastside Echoes.
Echoes, echoes, echoes.